Welcome to Aldi Best Buys for the Instant Pot. Of course, I appreciate that in the UK not everybody has an Instant Pot, so these will work with any electric pressure cooker. So think Pressure King Pro, Ninja Foodi, Instant Pot, etc. But basically, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go shopping down at Aldi, grab a load of ingredients ready for cooking in the Instant Pot, and show you what the best recipe ingredients are to buy from Aldi for your Instant Pot. You will absolutely love these gems. But of course, I couldn't wander around Aldi filming. I don't think they'd appreciate that. I'm sure a security guard would come and beat me up. They're only kidding, of course. Security guards don't really do that at Aldi. In fact, I haven't actually seen one at the Aldi I go to. So maybe they're lurking behind some cameras somewhere. Well, anyway, I wanted to show you exactly what was in my trolley. So, with people staring at me, yes, they were looking at me like, who's this weirdo filming a picture of a trolley? I've done a video of my trolley so that you can see exactly what I've bought from Aldi for the Instant Pot. And of course, I've got plenty of recipes for you so that you can cook them in the Instant Pot. Hey, this is Samantha here from RecipeThis.com. And if you've not heard of me before, then I run Recipe This with my husband Dominic, which is a food website that specialises in teaching people how to cook with kitchen gadgets. It features ones like Instant Pot, air fryer, slow cooker, soup maker, bread machine, and such like. But one thing is that whilst I love my kitchen gadgets, my second love is shopping at Aldi and saving money on groceries and saving money generally in the day-to-day living costs. For example, take a look at the picture of me that you see now on the screen. That was actually taken in the Black Forest in Germany after myself and my family went on an 8-week camping trip throughout Europe. We visited 8 countries, and best of all, we did it on the smallest of budgets. I think most people probably spend more money on 2 weeks in Lanzarote than what we spent on 8 weeks of fun-filled laughter and lots of adventures. But back to the food. I've always loved the idea of saving money on food, and I've just arrived back in England after living in Portugal for many years. I don't have cupboards and fridge freezers full of food. I'm starting from scratch because we've moved house, and I thought it would be a great time to do an Aldi challenge at the same time. So now you know more about me. Let me know about yourself in the comments. I would love to help you save money on groceries, and hopefully some of these ideas will be really helpful to you. I also wanted to mention before we get started a few points to be aware of. I consider shopping at Aldi going in blind because they always have different deals going on and you don't necessarily know what all those deals are before you go. So I tend to shop at Aldi first and maybe think, right, I need 4 or 5 meats for the week, but I don't mind what those meats are, and I find that you get better value for money than doing that rather than saying, oh, I'm just going to buy X this week. The second thing is salads and dips at Aldi are fantastic. The thing about them is that they're often on the yellow stickers and they make fantastic fillers for food. For example, you can just grab some of their salad, serve it on the side for dinner. And then with the dips, what the dips are fantastic for is mixing into your dinners so that you've got a creamy sauce. So let's say you're doing chicken breast in a mustard sauce, you can add in one of these dips to make it nice and creamy. You can also use it to build yourself a potato bar. So let's say you're having jacket potatoes night, you can just add all these dips to the dinner table and they're just fantastic for people mixing and matching what they're having on their jacket potato. And then next, what I like to do at Aldi, which I've done since I first shopped there in 2003, is to build up a pantry. By this I mean, if you're on a low income, and you haven't got much food in, I recommend that you buy one item for your pantry each week and then you can kind of build it up, and then that's your fallback if your wages are paid late or if you want to go a couple of days without paying for some food so that you can save some money. It's great for that. You can be stockpiling things like tin tomatoes, flour, sugar, tea bags, whatever it is that you think that you'll always need and that you could survive on if you had to go a few days without grocery shopping. And then next, I like to think about doing recipes that double up recipes. Cook once, eat twice is the motto. And basically that means that you make a bigger pot of food and then you're reheating the leftovers or freezing them and then reheating for another day. It's fantastic for saving money as well. And we have many recipes that we'll be featuring in these videos that fall under that rule. And of course, there's always this misconception that Aldi food is all unhealthy. I admit that when I first started shopping at Aldi, I was 21, I'm there for their biscuits. They used to do a box of broken biscuits that I used to get excited about. They had brilliant chocolate. They had all the fizzy drinks that I could possibly want. And, you kind of thought about Aldi like that, but the reality is that they do some delicious, healthy food in Aldi. And it's very easy to eat healthy when you shop there. So don't just think, oh, it's processed food and freezer food, because it's really not. Once you look through the different recipes we feature at Aldi, you'll see that a lot of them are healthy. Though, of course, if you don't want to be healthy and you just want to throw frozen chicken wings from Aldi in the air fryer, that's fine too. And then, of course, the last thing to mention is that this follows a series. What happened is I was planning a big video to do for you, and then I thought to myself, this video is going to be huge. And we all have different interests in Aldi. Some of you will just want to see my grocery haul, whilst others would like to see my meal plan using those groceries, or how I audit with my supplies from Aldi. So what I've done is I've split it into a series of 5 videos so that you can follow them along at home at your own pace. And here are the foods I recommend that you buy for the Instant Pot in Aldi. Let's start with the vegetable medley. I absolutely love cooking Instant Pot frozen vegetables. 0-minute cook time, and they're absolutely amazing. And of course, let's not forget about the long life milk, which makes perfect Instant Pot yogurt. And then of course here, hamburgers. You may be wondering what I do with these in the Instant Pot. Well, I load them into the freezer and I cook them from frozen. And talking about frozen, also recommend chicken breasts. Grab a big pack like this. You can cook them from frozen or you can cook them fresh. And every recipe on Recipe This pretty much starts with, yeah, you guessed it, garlic puree along with the extra virgin olive oil. And you can get these little packs here, give it a squirt and you're sorted. It's also fantastic for extra lean minced beef, and you can use this in so many different recipes. The Aldi steak is also amazing, and what you can do with this is you can freeze it as is and then cook it from frozen. And then what treasures have we got? Ah yes, the good old salmon. You can cook salmon from fresh or frozen in the Instant Pot. I prefer it from frozen, and then you can serve it with broccoli and potatoes or anything else you fancy. And then a big pack of eggs. I normally get 15 eggs, and these are fantastic for Instant Pot hard boiled eggs, Instant Pot soft boiled eggs, and no peel, and so many others. Then of course there's the potatoes. You can steam them in the Instant Pot. These are baby potatoes, and then you can use your air fryer lid to crisp them up, and then serve them with butter and whatever else you prefer. And then of course there's the gammon joints. Search recipethis.com for ham and you'll find a great recipe there. And of course I love the beans. You can get these taco mixed beans, and they are absolutely perfect for doing a chili or a stew or whatever in the Instant Pot. Then of course tin tomatoes. I use them so much in the Instant Pot, and they are fantastic. It's an alternative to stock to use. And then let's not forget this, probably the biggest ever Instant Pot trend that we started here at Recipe This. We've been showing people how to do this in the Instant Pot for 5 years now. And basically you remove the wrapping on the condensed milk,
submerge it in the Instant Pot, no foil on top or anything silly like that I sometimes see coming up, and 40 minutes and it's turned into wonderful dulce de leche or caramel, depending what you call it. And then, have we got anything else in here that I haven't shown you? Ah yes, turkey mince. This is absolutely fantastic for making a turkey chili with, meatballs and so much else. You've got so much choice with it, it's unbelievable. And it's low fat and fantastic. So if you're on Weight Watchers, then you must buy it. And then of course, some pasta. What I like to do is I like to do the feta pasta. So how you do that is you have your pasta underneath, and then you have your feta cheese, of course, Aldi's feta, and then you decorate it with cherry tomatoes and some basil on top, and it's a fantastic cheap dinner. And look, Aldi pasta is dead cheap, so is the feta, and these tomatoes are on 75% off. And then last and finally, the Parmesan cheese. Absolutely fantastic for a lot of Instant Pot recipes and something I always use. So there you have it. Those are fantastic finds for you for the Instant Pot from Aldi.
So you've seen my Aldi trolley, and you've got a quick walkthrough of my favourite things to buy from Aldi for the Instant Pot. But what I really wanted to do was share with you the favourite of the favourite. You know, if there was just 7 things that I could buy regularly from Aldi, it would be these. And I just wanted to give you a quick summary of which ones you should buy, so that next time you're in Aldi, you can check them out. And also note that these have been done at Aldi UK. Of course, pretty much, I think all of these products would also be available in Aldi US. You know, I know most of these I can get in Aldi Portugal, and I'm always complaining in Portugal how rubbish the supermarkets are. So if you can get them in Portugal, you can pretty much guaranteed them in the US as well. So just shop around and you'll probably find your own favourites as you get into Aldi and you get into cooking with your Instant Pot. So let's have the run through, shall we? So first one, sirloin steak. You can cook frozen sirloin steak in the Instant Pot and you have the most tender steak you have ever tried. I prefer it from frozen because of the way it cooks and defrosts in the Instant Pot over fresh. And of course, you can cook it in a stock, so you can have lovely steak in a nice sauce when you're done. And then I normally thicken it up at the end, and then I've got a lovely steak and sauce. Of course, recipe on recipethis.com. Second on the list, and one that I've talked about frequently in my Aldi videos, is the big packs of chicken breasts that Aldi sells. What is great about them is because it's so huge, you can package them all up into maybe packs of 2 or 3 chicken breasts and freeze them and then use them in the Instant Pot whenever you want. And of course, Instant Pot frozen chicken breast is a thing. You can load it in with some stock and then you can shred it. You've got pulled chicken, or you can just cook it with some rice. There's just so many opportunities, and it's great for just something to store in your freezer for when you need it. Next on the list is the taco beans mix. Not something I would actually go looking for, but I found it in Aldi, fell in love with it, and now I buy it from Aldi all the time. So basically, it's not really spicy. It's probably got a bit of salsa in, but it's got no real kick to it. So it's suitable for your children as well. And it's tinned tomatoes with a mixture of beans, and they are perfect for making a Mexican casserole with. They're fantastic for chili con carne, but best of all, for saving money at Aldi, you could literally just throw these into a stew and it'll bulk it up and make it last longer, and it will fill you up quicker. And it's just fantastic for that. And then next on the list is the eggs. They sell them in packs of 15. You can go and buy 30. Then you've got loads for doing your Instant Pot hard-boiled eggs, Instant Pot soft-boiled eggs, your egg bites, or whatever you prefer to cook in the Instant Pot. Then next on the list is frozen vegetables. Instant Pot frozen vegetables are done in 0 minutes. It's quick, it's fast, it's easy. Or you can leave them on for a little bit longer and make an Instant Pot frozen vegetable soup. It's just amazing. And then next on the list, long life milk. The long life milk at Aldi is the one that's suitable for doing a cold start yogurt in the Instant Pot and what we've personally used. It's very confusing in the UK as to what milk to use when making yogurt because everybody in the US is using a specific brand and we don't have it. And it's like, it's one of the most confusing things when it comes to a Brit using an electric pressure cooker. So if that's you and you've got the same confusion, note that long life milk from Aldi is perfect for your yogurt. And then last on the list, and a trend we started about 5 years ago, well, Dominic started the trend because he was the one that did it, because he's amazing, was the fact that you can grab a can of sweetened condensed milk, turn it into caramel in the Instant Pot at quite a speed compared to how long it takes on the stovetop. Stovetop, you're talking 4 hours. Instant Pot, you're talking 40 minutes. You don't need to remove it from the can. You just remove the wrappings from the can. No covering it in foil or anything like that. It's submerged in water. 40 minutes later, you've got caramel. Don't leave it too long and it goes a bit really, really thick and a bit hard though. Sometimes I forget to open it because I'm waiting for it to cool down. But anyway, condensed milk from Aldi is fantastic for using in the Instant Pot. And then you can change that caramel into a lovely banoffee pie. You can do a caramel cheesecake. You can do a caramel chocolate tart. You can do it towards a caramel slice. There's just so much options with it. So those are the products that I recommend the most for cooking with the Instant Pot. Of course, the condensed milk is the unhealthy one. The rest of those ingredients are very healthy. So they're great if you want healthy food from Aldi. Or, if you don't want healthy food, that's fine too. I'm just saying that a lot of our readers want healthy. So those are the best buys for the Instant Pot from Aldi. I recommend you put those on the top of your list next time you go to Aldi. Check them out and see how much you like them. For the final part of this video, what I wanted to talk about is the best Aldi tips for success. Things that I recommend you do to make your savings on Aldi groceries even bigger and also to make your meals more interesting and fun. First of all, go shopping at 6 p.m. Forget those 9 a.m. shops, I want to get it over and done with thing, because the best deals can be had when you shop at Aldi at 6 p.m. This is because they're marking down the yellow stickers and you're more likely to find the produce that's got 75% marked off it. I didn't actually get this during my 28-day challenge that I've just done for you. I actually got it just the other day, and that was, I went in, it was just after Christmas, and I managed to get some lamb loin roast and some lamb shoulders at 75% off. If I'd gone in the morning, I wouldn't have got those deals. So that shows you the kind of deals you can get. The best ones will always be off the meat. But, you can always stockpile your bread for the week and do that kind of thing too. It doesn't just have to be about the meat. And then second on the list is I recommend that you regularly do a grocery audit. By grocery audit, what I'm talking about is, let's say it's 2 days before you're due to go grocery shopping. You get your pen and paper out and you list everything that you've got left. You particularly make notes of things that have got dates that are coming up, or ones where the fruit and veg are looking like they are past their best. And the idea here is that you're going to cook these foods first. You're going to remember all these great foods that you've got in that you forgot about, that are at the back of your freezer, at the back of your cupboards, and you can bring new life to them. And let's say it's 2 days before grocery shopping and you want to save some money and you've found enough to make a few meals with, then what you could do is you could delay the grocery shop for another 2 days. So instead of grocery shopping in 2 days, it's 4, and then maybe you've even got enough to miss a week and actually save quite a bit. Or you could go into Aldi's and just spend £6 just getting a few essentials that you can work with these ingredients, such as topping up your milk, your eggs, and other dairy that you haven't got. And then next, we live in this world where we're obsessed with these yellow stickers. I know, I'm obsessed with them. And what I've found is that you end up buying the ones for things that you don't actually want and that you're not going to use. So just look at that yellow sticker. Are you actually going to eat it? Or are you just being greedy and getting it because it's on yellow sticker? You know, I've often turned them down because they've got salad on discount. I've already got some salad in. I ain't going to eat it by the time it comes along. Or they've got 75% off bread for the millionth time, and I've still got some bread in the freezer. You know, it's under those kind of circumstances that I walk away from them. And then next, repurposing your leftovers. By this, I mean, instead of just throwing away your leftovers, place them back in the fridge and make sure your next meal comes from them. A good example of this, which we've done during our 28-day Aldi meal plan, is taking some corned beef hash, that of course is made with carrots, potatoes and corned beef from Aldi, and then the leftovers were made into pasties. I mean, every British person loves a pasty, right? I know I do. I absolutely love them. So what I recommend you do is, let's say you've just got, I don't know, 4 tablespoons left of some corned beef hash you made. Normally you chuck that because you say, oh, that's not enough to feed somebody. But that is enough to fill 4 pasties with, because pasties don't actually have that much filling in them. And then you've got a fantastic, a great upsell, I like to call it, because it's like you're upcycling it, because you're making corned beef hash really, really good and delicious. And you can do the same with so many others. I mean, you can make a stew and then turn them into Cornish pasties. You know, you can use leftover cheese and onion from your jacket potatoes and their cheese and onion pasties, and so much more. And of course, don't forget, those vegetable scraps make amazing instant pot vegetable stock. You know, so those are just a few ideas, but always remember to make use of your leftovers. Our problem is we use our leftovers so much that sometimes we think we've bought too much food because we haven't actually got through all the food. So stuff ends up getting thrown in the freezer because we're like, oh my God, did we really buy that much food? But we didn't buy that much food. It's just that we've made use of every bit of the leftovers. And then, of course, to bulk up your meals with yellow stickers. You look at some yellow stickers and think to yourself, oh, I can't really do anything with that. But think again, there is so much choice. For example, what we did is I got some yellow stickers, and one of the ingredients I got, again, this is in our video for the Aldi meal plan, is we got some stickers for some lamb steak. Only one lamb steak, you know. We're a family of 5. Well, I call ourselves a family of 5, but we're like feeding 4 people because 2 of them are small children. And I got this lamb steak, and what I did with it was I chopped up the steak and it became lamb stew and dumplings. The stew and dumplings itself was very cheap, and we'd used leftovers from a vegetable stew and dumplings, so we were simply bulking up the meal with a great Aldi 75% off sticker. And then last on the list for my tips actually came to me through a conversation I had with a great friend of mine. And he works for a more upmarket supermarket, let's say, compared to Aldi. And his one comment about where he works is that, unlike Aldi, the fruit and veg lasts a lot longer. And that's very true. Fruit and veg at Aldi doesn't seem to have the longevity that a lot of other places have. So what I recommend you do is you meal prep as soon as you've got home from the groceries, and then think about how you're going to use them. For example, if you've got some vegetables and you're planning on having a vegetable stew, prep it when you get home, and then you can cook it, and the stew will last a lot longer in the fridge over a few days rather than just leaving your vegetables on the side. So kind of think of how you're going to use that food so that you can make use of them before they waste. And of course, that's just a few tips. There's so much things to learn about Aldi, and I hope I've given you some really good pointers. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Recipe This family. Recipe This can be found on Twitter, Facebook. We also have our own Facebook group, Pinterest, and best of all, there is the recipethis.com/newsletter. In the weekly newsletter, we share with you the latest tips and tricks, as well as the latest recipes that you can cook at home using your kitchen gadgets. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll be in the loop whenever we post new videos.